This video is sponsored by Jerry's Art Aroma. Okay guys, I love figure drawing. Human beings have been representing other human beings since the dawn of time. It's one of those experiences that really actually helped me transition out of graffiti and street art and into more naturalistic fine arts. You know, I did it a lot at Parsons. You know, every week at Parsons they had open figure drawing, and then I left that to go to an atelier because all I wanted to do was learn how to draw. And I went to the Artist Students League in Midtown, and I would have stayed at that atelier or the atelier kind of circuit, but I decided to do YouTube for a few years. And then I was able to move here to this amazing studio that I'm so lucky to have with this amazing space. And one of my main goals was to host my own figure drawing sessions. You know, it's kind of hard to get into figure drawing, especially really amazing models, and the institutions are kind of strict and really traditional and drab. So my dream was to host my own, under my own roof, do it my way, listen to music, have an amazing network of professional models, get weird and wacky with cosplay and costumes, and just give opportunities to my friends and other amazing artists. But this is the story. So this started over 10, 11 months ago. I've been filming for like a year. We gotta go all the way back to start the story. So eventually, right here, we're gonna do figure drawing sessions in the studio. So there's a lot of things I need to do beforehand, like build a model stand. It's August 29th, by the way. So I honestly had no idea what I was really getting into. All I knew was that I wanted to have figure drawing sessions at the studio, and I thought, how hard could that be? I just need, you know, a model stand, obviously, so that the model's centered. They have a stage that's kind of standard. You need, you know, some people, you need a model, and you need some drawing utensils. And that was pretty naive. I mean, that's the bare bones of it, but I was kind of shocked by the actual amount of work it took. Victory! And so when it came time to actually start getting models in the studio, I was drawing complete blank, and I couldn't have done anything without my homie Zach, this handsome devil. Zach and I actually met at Parsons, and when I started getting serious about these sessions, I reached out to him because he's in the art world. He takes a lot of art classes. He's a professional illustrator. He's just in the know, and he had, you know, some connections to invite people. And it wasn't just, you know, as simple as, hey, come to the studio. It was like, hey, come to this random kid's art studio in Brooklyn to model for someone you've never met that's not a real institution, and have him, you know, shove cameras in your face. So it was a little turbulent at first, but Zach came through. We got a couple awesome models, and one of the things that's really awesome that I wanted to do was to have this really open space to be able to film, to be able to play music, to, you know, be less serious. And that, you know, took getting the model's consent, of course, and having their approval of having cameras and record, and also getting them, you know, comfortable with the fact that this isn't, you know, a known institution. It's just me in my studio, and I'm trying to start something and have them be involved to, you know, model seriously, but sort of on this more bootleg tip, at least, you know, for the beginning. Pretty excited. This is our 4th figure drawing beta test. I'm actually inviting a lot more people. I think there's gonna be 4 or 5 other people besides Zach and I. Zach, the amazing artist who's helping me logistically run these sessions, you know, contacting models and all that good stuff, and more behind the scenes things. So I'm gonna set up some more chairs. I ordered like 6 chairs and they got lost in the mail. USPS in New York City, the worst. And seeing a lot of people in my studio draw just was like the most epic thing ever. It was the funnest night like of my life. Maybe I'm being hyperbolic, but you know, just seeing my homies draw in this really awesome setting with live nude models, you know, it's just an amazing thing. And I knew that this was like something I wanted to continue to do. Although it was really hard to coordinate. We still didn't have a huge list of models that were comfortable. But we were slowly growing, and we were having a blast, having new people in, a few weeks here, a few weeks there, dressing the models up in hilarious outfits like Gandalf, really getting wacky, which is something, again, that I wanted to do differently, to really push the boundaries and just do exactly what I wanted, you know, under my roof. And obviously, again, with the models permission and making sure that everyone is comfortable with it. Because when when nudity becomes, a factor, it becomes a liability, and you want to make sure everything is in order. But that brings me back to the models. The models we have are so amazing that are now in the rotation. And, you might think that just standing, still naked for 15, 20, 30 minutes is easy, but that's far from the truth. It's actually extremely difficult, and it's really hard to find really good professional models. And it's just through experience. If you've never figure drawn before or don't do it seriously, you wouldn't really understand. But it's extremely hard to pose still and to have dynamic poses. It's just something really, really difficult. But we got really lucky with a few of them. And this was around the time of like November-ish when COVID started picking up, and then December it completely obliterated New York City again. So we got about I think 7 or 8 sessions with 5 different models. Again, I couldn't film every single model in every session, but people were coming and it was amazing, but unfortunately COVID had to slow that down. So for December, January, February, I didn't hold any sessions, but that gave me time to kind of plot to make the sessions better when things settled down with the pandemic. And that was to get more resources, to have more people. We were having 5 or 6, sometimes 7 people. And I was like, more. The space can hold a lot more. And my dream and thought was to have really nice either easels or drawing horses, up to 15 or 20 people per session. That way, a lot more people can come in. And then down the road, we could do that 2, 3 times a week. It would be really amazing. So I reached out to Jerry's Art Aroma with this whole, business proposition to get them to send me some stuff. Skirt. Howdy.
Hey, what's going on?
Were you the one that brought all those huge packages yesterday? Yeah, I'm bringing them up now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have helped you. They were supposed to tell me when it was getting delivered.
Yeah, that was just
Appreciate you.
All right, have a good day.
You too, man. So all these packages are from Jerry's, and it's obviously quite a lot. So we got to figure out, with this cart, maybe do 5 or 6 trips. Okay, so we got 12 art horses, all right? These are really amazing for specifically the figure drawing classes and sessions that I hold. Whoa. This was the main thing I wanted to get for the studio. Jerry's was so cool to support me in this idea of hosting really like awesome figure drawing sessions. And this just allows way more people to come in. So these are amazing. We got 12 of these, but we also got a bunch of drawing supplies. With having more people being able to draw, those people need supplies. So I also asked Jerry's for a bunch of drawing paper, which this is, some newsprint, and then having paper, you need something to draw on the paper. Whoa. Holy mackerel. Okay, wow. We're gonna have to get some B-roll of this, but we got drawing kits, a bunch of X-Acto blades, we got charcoal sharpeners, just a whole bunch of good stuff. So this is amazing. So this is obviously so amazing and incredible, and I'm so grateful to Jerry's Art Aroma. Like, it's such a great move by them to show that they're like supporting me. I had this idea, this experience, and they stepped up and like sent me all this equipment to support, an artist and the community I'm trying to build within the umbrella of art. So again, shout out to Jerry's, thanks so much. I think I'm gonna do more with them in the future. Jerry's is the best, but now I think we need to use this stuff in a session. And so I kind of went all out for this celebration of actually having, 15 people in this big session all the way, from COVID. This was our first session back. So it was such a celebration, so epic. And, just watching this footage over, it just is like, wow, it's really come a long way, even though we had like 4 months off from COVID. But, I just tried to keep pushing the legitimacy and the professionalism. And we're still, a bunch of wackos, and we listen to like Disney playlists and crazy music, and we all joke, and you're allowed to talk, but the baseline of it is you're here to draw, and these are really drawing sessions to draw, and that's the bottom line. So it's really awesome, and I'm really just happy with how things are going and what the future holds. And it's just great, seeing this many people. I hope to continue it. But this is, these materials and these drawing horses really help to just bring more people in. And, more and more we're finding new models. And it's just wonderful, meeting so many new people. I met so many friends through friends who are awesome artists, and it's just been a blast. And it's kind of tradition. I think this was Zach's idea too. Everyone picks their favorite couple drawings, and then we lay them out on the floor, and everyone gets to see. And it's just a wonderful, happy community. That's what it is, and it's great. So that's really it. Really exciting. If you stayed to this end of the video, thanks. The story is not over yet. That's just where we're at right now. And a few caveats. First of all, it's really hard to arrange these sessions. It's been a while now, and I've gotten into a flow, but just in terms of coordinating models, coordinating with everyone coming here every week. I'm texting 15 people, can you make it? Oh, I can't make it now. I have to fill these chairs. Just the logistics of organizing everything, setting up, breaking down. It's a lot to manage, and I couldn't do it without Zach, but it's more than you think, and this is just one of the things I do in the studio, not to mention the podcast or the painting or the other business and things that are day to day. So even once a week is a lot for me. And so the future of these sessions is to scale up. We have more resources for more people, but now I want to get more help with organizing weekly sessions. I want to do at least 2 a week, maybe after this summer when things cool down. And that requires, more help and obviously money. From that last session that was filmed, I paid for every single model for all the sessions. They get paid hourly. And so it's been free for every single person, and that's what I want to keep. I may have to stipend maybe $10 for each person, which is still by far the cheapest, private figure drawing sessions in the city. But these are things that are realistic factors. And again, even looking way down the line, a really amazing goal would even to be start a nonprofit to raise money to hire models specifically, and then also pay someone to monitor and help me run the session. So we'll see if I do that in 6 months from now, but I do want to open it up to the public eventually. My thought is to do 1 session a week for like friends and family, and then 1 session for other people I don't know, because already posting them on my story, people have been reaching out who live in New York, who follow me, who are like, how do I get in? I want to come so bad, like dozens and dozens. So a lot of moving parts, but that's what I just wanted to say. So shout out to Jerry's Art Aroma again, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned. See you in the next video.